So from the shock of you leaving Islam, he just died.
Yeah, he's old man. When he heard I, become like that, we called Sab Jalta. We called. Let me see what we call Jalta in English.
We have some Assyrians that can translate Arabic for you and me. So
yeah, Babylon, please translate it, Jalta.
Babylon, if you want to come here, Babylon, I can give you the link.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so my dad, he passed away. He died when I left Islam.
Okay, Babylon,
so, yeah.
You can come join, but you only say something to help him translate, because I don't know Arabic. His English is good. His English is better than your Assyrian. Okay. So we trust the mercy of God for your father. So he stayed with one wife. Okay. When did you start became aware this religion is evil and you start losing faith? What happened? And how many years later?
Always before the war starting in Syria, before anything, at that time, always the people respect me. They ask me about the religion because I have the knowledge. They ask me what we can do. I feel that, I see that in a dream. They ask me, I give him fatwa, what we call, do that, like don't do that. So when I was reading the books, from my deeper brain, I said, man, how can the God like that? Man, how can the religion of truth like that? But always, when I'm trying to thinking, I remember Allah in Quran. He said, قُلْ لَا تَسْأَلُونَ عَنْ أُمُورٍ أَن تَبْدَى لَكُمْ تُسِئْكُمْ. Do not ask any question about the Quran, haram. So when I remember that verse, I said, oh, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. The devil, he tried to play in my brain. The devil tried to play a game in my brain. So because we don't know anything about other religions, we don't know anything about anything. We are from closed area, all of them Sunni. So we don't know anything. Just we know some story about the Christian, those Christian worshiping a family, father, mother, and son, and they allowed to commit adultery, no problem in a church and anywhere, no problem. Allowed to drink alcohol, allowed to eat a pork, no problem. They're teaching us like that, the scholars. So
so they can get it, so they understand what you are being taught. So because of this ayah, chapter 5, verse 101, you were afraid to ask questions because Allah told you to not ask. Okay, number one, so that put fear in you. Secondly, the scholars told you Christians worship father, mother, and son.
Yes.
And they told you that Christians, because of Jesus, can commit adultery and get drunk and be evil and immoral?
No problem. Yeah, it's halal in Christianity. They're saying that. And if you read it, Qasidat Ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawziyah, all the scholars now using, and Sheikh Muhammad al-Araifi, if the God loved children, why he has only one son? So always teaching us like that, So yeah, but I start my mind shocking but I can't do anything. I have to believe haram. So when the war, but always we're dreaming the Sharia law control the earth. Always we're dreaming that. We're dreaming Sharia law control the earth. Everything become under the Sharia law. We dream that. We call America Shaitan al-Akbar. America is a big devil. Israel is big devil. And those fighting Allah and the fighting the believer and fighting the true religion. We believe like that. So, but when the war started in my city, so at that moment we called him ISIS. All of them together under one flag. Under one flag, the Islamic flag. We don't know at that moment there is no ISIS, but after those Islamic army control my city, I see a lot of things in front of my eye. I said between me and myself, oh wow, I always asking to Sharia law, dreaming Sharia law control the earth. Look, this is a Sharia law. Man, I can't understand. So the God is like that, teaching like that. So we're dreaming. So we're dreaming what we're reading, but we don't know on the ground what's happening. So we always read. Let me give you an example. So we read, for example, Ali ibn Abi Talib, خلع باب خيبر, Allahu Akbar. Khalid ibn al-Walid قطع رأس Malik ibn Nuwayra, Allahu Akbar, which means Khalid ibn Walid, he cut the Malik ibn Nuwayra head. Allahu Akbar, wow, beautiful, amazing. But when I see it on the ground, my face is shocked. Shocked. It cannot be God.
Wait, you saw?
I saw, yes.
In front of your eyes?
Yes, yes. They cutting the 9 years old children head. The kids, he crying, he's saying, I'm not army, I'm not fighting, I'm not fighting. He's saying, no, you are liar. Front of camera, cutting his head.
They beheaded a 9-year-old.
And cutting the Imam head, because Imam is Sufi. Imam Masjid, he is Sufi, cutting his head in front of his son eye, and cutting the son head and put it on the top of the masjid. The fight, they coming to one area, street, we called him Mardil. I running away from a deepest Islamic area to a little bit to this way, because they're controlling that way. Still this area under the Syrian army hand. So when we run to here also, the Islamic army came to control it. Just the entering to the building, blocking the door, taking the men to outside, cutting the head, and took the women as slaves. I see one thing in front of my eye, crazy. So two groups, Islamic groups, together. He came to my city, together, fighting for one pocket. I found it before you. No, it's my ghanima. No, it's your ghanima. Fighting for one pocket, smoking pocket. They broken the market, and they took the stuff. Last pocket, they're fighting on it. This is me. No, this is yours. And I found it. So the areas where people knows me, if they didn't know me, they will kill me. The people there knows me. My wife is still in home. My family is still in home. I asked my wife, I told her, don't move. I'm going down to see what's happening. And before we running away, if anything goes. She said yes. So when I came to the street, I came down to the street, like, hellfire. Trust me, it's hellfire. The blood everywhere, the dead people everywhere. And I see still the government bombing on the terror, and the terror reply to the government army. So I hiding in one building. I hiding myself in one building. I see man inside this building, more than 4 person from jihadi catching a woman and daughter, put it under the stairs. And the woman, she's old, she's senior, she crying, leave me alone. I'm like your mother, leave me alone. The guy fighting, this is my slave. No, this is my slave. I catch it before you. Senior, she's old woman, more than 60 years old, fighting on her. And one by one, commit adultery. But one of them, he knows me. I don't know him. I scared. He said, Ahmad, I scared. Man, he want to cut my head now. He came to me. He said, Ahmad, blah, 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 from that area. Yeah. I told him, yeah, do you know me? But I'm scared. My heart is shocking from my chest. Because I said, he will kill me now. He will cut my head now. So he said, what are you doing here? I told him, we're running away from that area to this area. And he uncovered his face. I know him from my area. He said, your family here? I told him, yes. He said, go bring your family and run away. I bring my family and I running away. But at that moment, I become atheist. Because when I see the blood everywhere, Muslim killing Muslim under Allah's name, this is kafir. We are, the believer. Those is kafir. So they're cutting the head, taking the woman as slaves, stealing everywhere under Allah's name. It's halal to steal because those kuffar, halal. Now, Now halal is stealing from the Christian. Halal is stealing from the Jewish, like your money. السارق من السارق كالوارث من مال أبيه. So here they're saying, we are saying as a religious, we're saying the money of a Christian and Jewish, and the woman of a Christian or Jewish is our. For us, it's not for him. Yeah, so we're running away, me and my wife, we're trying to running away past outside the area, but everything is bombed. Everywhere is bombed. The government leave it one street to the civilians going out. Here is shooting hunter, his is hunter. Hunter of government from this way, hunter of army, Islamic army this way. So when we try to run, me and my family, one woman running, she crying, she said, my son, please take my daughter with you. Take my daughter, I don't want to leave it here. Take my daughter with you, take it for you, marriage her. She's young. My wife, she see it everything from her eyes, front of her eyes. So I passed my wife and I coming back, and the hunter shooting from here, the other hunter shooting from here. So yeah, we pass it. We're going out from the area, and we're running outside Syria. We're going to Lebanon, but at that time I'm an atheist. Don't tell me Allah. Don't tell me religion. Don't tell me there is God. There is no God. There is no God, because as I see things, I can't see it. Tell you here. Maybe they're reporting on your video, can delete it. I see it a lot. I see it a lot of things in front of my eye. I become atheist at that moment.
So just so people understand what you saw, you saw the Muslims fighting over women for property. So this man saying, I caught her first, she's mine. And he's saying, no, she's mine. You saw that with your own eyes?
Yes. Yes.
And then you said, older woman and daughter, both taken captive. So they're going to rape both the older woman and the daughter?
Yeah.
And you're seeing this all in front of you, huh?
Yes, yes, yes. In front of my eyes.
Now,
But after that, the all groups, Islamic group fighting each other, and the ISIS coming from those.
So the Muslim groups, they started then fighting and attacking each other, and then came ISIS out of it, huh?
From area, become ISIS. And the other become Jabhat al-Nusra.
So the Muslims couldn't stay united. They started fighting each other, creating new groups. And you said that these Muslims were killing more Muslims because they were not Salafi, but Sufi.
Yes, because it's kafir. Because it's more dangerous from the Christian and Jewish.
Yeah. Did you guys hear it? Because I want you, because remember, a lot of Americans and Canadians, wherever, they don't know this. Did you hear it, guys? The terrorists were killing more Muslims, like Sufis and Shia, because they don't consider them true Muslims. And you saw
because they're saying those more dangerous from Christian and Jewish. Why? Because those enemy from inside. So those more than a Christian and Jewish have to kill them. The Salafi saying that.
So they're worse.
أخطر من اليهود والنصارى. Because from inside the religion trying to destroy the religion.
So they're worse.
For that. Yes. So I become atheist.
How old were you when you became atheist? How old? About when you saw? So when did you become, like, to give the age? You became 13 Salafi. You remember this Quran? You had memorized the Quran before, but 13 you started following the Salaf Saleh. But then how old were you when you became atheist?
We ran away we ran away in 2012 from Syria till 2013. I'm an atheist, but if I counted, not more than 7 months.
Okay, and we're going to talk about how you came to know Jesus. Now, during this time, what happened to your wife, her faith? Did she, when she saw this?
Yeah, my wife is still hijabi. She's still a Muslim. I'm an atheist. And anyone, for example, at that moment when I atheist, nobody attacked me. Trust me. So my mom, she spoke with me. She told me, may Allah guide you. I told them, dump it Allah in the garbage. What kind of Allah that? He's big terror. She didn't say anything. Haram, brother. Nobody attacked me when I was atheist. Nobody insulting me. Nobody do anything with me when I was atheist. But when I become a Christian, just when I start to reading the Bible, when I start to meeting with the brothers in house churches, wow, all of them, you want to kill me, all of them.
And that's where we want to get to, how you then end up finding Jesus. So 7 months you're an atheist, but then what happened? Now you're a Christian. You say, Alhamdulillah, Jesus.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
So now you saw true Islam. But one question I want to ask before that. Didn't you read in the Quran and Hadith? That's what Muhammad did. He raped women.
We're proud of that. I told you we're so proud of Muhammad did that. Yeah. But when I see it on the ground, brother, you're reading not like you're seeing.
Yeah, that's true. It's not the
so
same.
We're reading, we're so proud. Oh, wow, prophet, wow, peace be behind him. But when we see it on the ground, it's totally different.
Yeah,
totally different. I can tell you that. For that, my face is shocked. I become atheist.
And I want people to know, brethren, this is what I was telling you, and Christian Prince tells you, this is not theory. Muslims are doing this in the world, raping women, beheading men. This is real, guys. It's not just in theory. He didn't see it at first. When he saw it, he saw blood everywhere. He said, you saw blood everywhere in the streets?
And in the buildings, the blood coming on the stairs like water.
And even
I see everything in front of my eye. Look, ISIS, what ISIS did in Iraq? Nothing. Because there they have a camera, they catch it. Oh. But here, nobody can record anything. Wow. They didn't leave it the device with you. Nobody record anything what's happening in Aleppo. When I see it, that if catch a device with you under your hand, they will take it from you and they will double check. What do you record it? There is no internet. So yeah, ISIS did, but the people around the world see it. ISIS what they did, but in Aleppo, ISIS what they did, nobody see. Nobody knows what's happening in Aleppo. Do you know they're selling the building, selling to Turkish businessman?
They were selling, huh?
Sell it, building.
So they take
everything inside the building. How much you want? 10,000, 100,000 lira. Take it. All the building inside. Empty it. It's for you.
Stealing people's property and selling.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So nobody see what's happening in the ground in Aleppo. We see everything. Front of my eye, I see it. So for that, I become atheist.
And then you saw boys.
But my favorite things in the life, I don't like to watch TV. I don't like to play soccer. One thing only. I like to read the books. That's my favorite things. Give me one book. Don't give me sandwich.
I don't know, man. I like sandwich. Then I'll take book.
No, me no. Me no. Trust me. Always reading. I like to reading. When I become atheist, I start to read Revelation, start to read the Big Bang, start to read what the science is saying in Arabic language. I start to read. I did a lot more than 12 research.